Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now. Time and space can't keep us apart right now. Unity, yes, you better know. It's the only way to go. We stay apart, then we'll have to fall. We count on you, count on one and all. It's not for you, not for me, it's not for we. It's not for you.
And teachers, which is right next to the Alcalde Association, Congress of Maya Teachers, improving the quality of education and promoting a more inclusive society. Break that down for me.
Okay, no problem, Mr. Ren. Okay, basically in 2009, there were a group of teachers, primary school teachers, who came together and saw the need that the education system needs to be changed a little bit in terms of including some of these indigenous languages into the school curriculum. So that was established, and then eventually we have come a long way, and then we have these books here. These are some of the books that we have been using in the primary schools. Well, basically we have 4 model schools, two model schools, by the way, sorry about that, Aguacate and San Jose. Now we're looking into moving into other rural schools or indigenous schools. And we have these books here. We use them in Aguacate. This one here is a Quechua book. And then those ones here are basically talking about the everyday life of a Maya. As we know, psychologically and scientifically, whenever it comes to like indigenous people, it would be very difficult for them to understand the standardized language. So they would be basically taught in their native tongue and then diverge into the standardized language. So that is what we're trying to promote. Like in Corozal, they have I think it is Pachacan, whereby they teach infants or preschoolers in Spanish and then move on into English. So that is basically what we're trying to promote. We're also trying to look at a wider aspect where we try to promote our culture, try to retain and keep our language or revitalize it in that sense, because then of the modern technology, the modern era, a lot of these things are fading away, like our practices or languages or like writing, our writing system, our number system. It would be very hard for you to find a young Mayan person who knows exactly how to write in Quechua or Mopan or speak Quechua or Mopan fluently. So we try to incorporate that into the schools. Here we have this book in particular for spelling Maya. I'm not sure if you have heard about spelling Maya. Spelling Maya is that caters for indigenous schools. Like we have it both in the Quechua and the Mopan language, because when we're looking at Toledo, we're not looking at Cayo. Hopefully we would like to integrate it into the education system. Yeah, the Yucatec, that was what I'm trying to come across. Like we have spelling bee, we have spelling Maya here. This year we're gonna have it in June. We began this month. We are beginning this month, and then we're going to distribute some of the words to the primary schools and then have them participate in this weighted or exciting spelling Maya. So we do not have any.
That is becoming a hit here in the Toledo district, Rene, where these guys, the Congress of Maya Teachers, go into the primary schools and distribute Maya words. So let's say, for example, spell Buyil. Buyil would be a B with a glot, and there's an A with 2 dots on it, the Y and the A and the 2 dots and L. So that is Buyil. And of course, I did training, so I'm certified to train and read, to teach and read Mopan Maya.
Look at some of the words that you have in
These are the Quechua dictionary.
Okay, let's.
We have one here that has the translation
but
in Spanish.
But you don't have it in English, no?
No, we do not have it in English. Because
because that's one of the questions I want to ask, how you're relating this to English, because English is the official language of Belize. So I want to know how you're relating it to English.
Where we have that translated into English, and so that, we have it to share to the wider, to the country, to Belize, so that people want to learn a few words.
Because really a person like me now would not be able to do anything with this.
So when you go do your show, you go say a few words, Bantiosh, Botik. saying thanks
So
and so on.
yeah, like I wouldn't. Although I bought the book that you guys have been doing at Tumulkin. I bought a copy a while ago.
We did the book, yeah.
Yeah.
I myself and we need to, of course, congratulate Ms. Froila Salam being the main editor there in taking credits for that and Tumulkin hosting that from UNESCO.
There's one here that has the Spanish translation. Well, one of the things that I was telling some visitors earlier, it is very hard for us to like develop books here in Belize because we do not have the funding. Like say for instance, our organization, we have difficulties. We're faced with a lot of challenges whenever it comes to funding. It is very hard for us to go into the community or to develop these books or dictionaries because we do not have that funding. We lack. So what we have to do is partner with some organizations in Guatemala per se, and then
And
have
then,
them.
of course, send your books
send
printed
us
in
books,
Guatemala
yeah,
and books in
And the
Spanish.
Quechua and the Mopan are similar in many ways. So it is just like we just partner with them and then work out some relation or mutual understandings or agreements, and then we have these books here. So it
Well,
is.
I hope you could get some funding and we could get it done in English so that more Belizeans can appreciate the Maya language much more.
Another thing that we're trying to look at, Mr. Villanueva, is trying to go on national television or national media, say for instance Love FM, and try to explain to these to our Belizean brothers and sisters that some of these things are essential in these Mayan communities or essential in the Toledo district, especially when it comes to language, to culture, because Mayan culture is a vibrant thing here in Belize. It is. So I think that would be a milestone for us, and a lot of people are recommending that we should go on national television and try to promote our work. Yeah, because a lot of people do not know about it. And like I said, there are many challenges, but hopefully we will continue to fight. We will continue to lobby for more funds from various organizations.
My message usually is be proud of your culture, be proud of who you are, accept who you are and be proud of who you are, and then be proud to be a Belizean. First, be proud to be a Belizean. Accept who you are and be proud to be a Belizean.
And that is one of the reasons I joined these organizations to try to promote, because then a lot of young people nowadays will be like, I'm not a Mayan because of, many things associated with. But
no, you should be proud to be a Mayan.
That's why
please.
I'm trying to say,
be proud to be a Mayan. Be proud to be a Mayan, be proud to be a Creole, be proud to be a Garifuna, but most of all, be proud to be a Belizean. That's the message. One people. Right? Be proud to be a Belizean. Although we come from different extractions, we are still one people. We are Belizean. So when I see you, I see my brother. Right?
Definitely, Mr. Pen.
That's the way we have to do. We have to unite this country and get all of us working in one common direction. Yeah, one common goal, which is building this country. Right? Yeah, man. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to share with me before, because as I
just
move
would
on.
like to commend UNICEF, because UNICEF is our main sponsor for this organization. We have been active for 3 years now, and UNICEF has been our lead organization. So I must commend UNICEF and all those who know about CMT or contributed to CMT in one way or the other. Thanks a lot, and hopefully we're going to be there in sometime soon and try to promote some of the activities or some of the things that are being promoted by Congress of Maya Teachers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
about it.
thank you so much for talking with me. Remind me your name again.
Pedro Chok.
Pedro Chok.
Yeah.
Pedro, thank you so much for talking with
problem,
me.
Mr. René.
Right?
It was great meeting
Really
you.
a pleasure meeting you. Claire
Novotny.
Nevatny. Where are you originally from, Claire?
I'm from the United States.
But what are you doing in Belize?
I'm a PhD student from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And so I'm doing a study on household archaeology in southern Belize.
Okay.
And I'm also helping teach the Maya history class at Tumulkin. And so we're doing a field school. So we're teaching Maya high school students about archaeological methods and local Maya history. And so we're working in Aguacate village, which is down the road.
Aguacate is right up there.
It's right, yeah, it's just 3 miles
3 miles and a
from
half,
Blue
okay.
Creek, yeah. And we've found several undiscovered household sites on some of the hilltops there. And we're clearing one quite large structure that is about a 40-meter long platform with 7 or 8 smaller houses on top of it. So it's turning out to be
That sounds
an
like a
exciting-
major archaeological site in the near future.
Well, it's not as major as, say, Lubantun or Nimlipunit, but
it will be significant.
it's significant for down here. We don't have a lot of information about what's going on with people between the bigger centers like Lubantun and Pusilha. So this will fill in the gaps in our knowledge about how people live their daily lives in southern Belize.
This question might have an obvious answer, but I'll ask you anyway. What brought you to Belize?
Well, I wanted to study the ancient Maya, and my professor in the United States.
But why the ancient Maya?
Why the ancient Maya? Wow, they're a fascinating and diverse group of people, and I like thinking about human behavior and why they did what they did, and their material culture is really beautiful and rich, and so I found them very interesting, and so I came to Belize. And
How long have you been here?
in Belize, I've been here since January.
And has the experience been as rewarding as you expected?
Yes, it's been wonderful. It's very rewarding to work with people here. People in Toledo are very nice. The community has been very accepting. The Institute of Archaeology is very supportive of this project, and Tumulkeen have been great hosts.
What are you trying to portray here today?
Well, these are some of the artifacts that we have found in Aguacate, and these are some of the tools that we use to measure the depths of our test units, some trowels that we excavate very carefully with, and a north arrow. It's always important to make maps and show where north is so we know the orientation of the buildings. And so we're hoping to display these artifacts so that the community knows what we're finding. We think it's important to be transparent about how archaeology works and what we're finding in these households. And so that's our goal today, to just start a conversation with the local community about the archaeology of Toledo. Yeah.
Well, keep on doing the good job you're doing, and
Thank you
nice
very
meeting
much.
you.
It was nice to
My
meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you. All
Yeah,
right?
in addition, Renee, and I think what Miss Claire Novotny
Yeah.
great. What is the exposure with Tumulkeen, our students being fortunate to learn a little bit of archaeology, to go out with them with field, they do field mapping and surveys, and to go out and actually do the field work with a PhD student in archaeology. You know, so these are the added incentives that would drive students' interest in coming to Tumulkeen Center of Learning, because it's open. It's there to go, what normal people would say, go out of the box in terms of
Think out of the box. Yeah.
think out of the box. You know, do something out of the box also. And I think this is one scenario here we're trying to, you know, to have, you know, to be on hands-on way.
Hands-on learning, yeah. Well, and they're from Arkansas as well?
This is Rebecca Skorgos and Matthew Stern, and they are volunteers from the United States. They're going to be starting their master's degrees in archaeology in the fall, and so they're volunteers helping out with the project.
Good. So things are going as expected?
Yeah, it's been great. It's really
What are
exciting.
you enjoying most of all?
Well, I like going out into the field and seeing like the landscape and how everything just kind of is where we would think they would be, like on the hilltops. So it's really exciting.
What about you? What are you finding most exciting?
Oh, I think going out into the jungle has also been very good, particularly with the students and the villagers as well. I mean, not being from Belize, it's very fascinating to go and experience it with the people who live here and see it the way they do and see how well they know it. It's been very neat.
Well, nice meeting you guys, man, and keep on doing what you're doing. And thanks for being here. All right. So how is everything? Hi. How are you? Nice meeting you. What has the response been like from the folks out there?
So far it is good. People are coming out, and when we first started, they were afraid of the testing, no? But when they saw people coming, then I think they got courage, and then they're coming.
Who am I talking to?
Oh, by the way, I'm Nurse Ak from Punta Gorda Polyclinic. So I just came here to assist with the HIV committee, and then they just asked me to come and help them out. Yeah.
It's good to know you're getting some response. And in 5 minutes, you know.
In 5 minutes, you can get the result. Okay, and this is my assistant, Nurse Jack.
Hi, Nurse Jack. How are you?
I'm fine.
How long have you been working as a nurse?
It's 1 year, 2 months, November of 2010.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's your level of experience?
My level of experience, I am working with the Ministry of Health for 24 years now.
So long? You start when you were 10 years old, or?
I started when I was 20 years old. Yeah. And I already went to the studio to... yes, you and Carmen Barrow. Yeah.
By you being there, you're right. And you know, I getting I get more forgetful I become, but I remember, you know, yeah, you're right.
Since then, it's 24 years. Yes.
Nice seeing you again, man. And I want to wish you all the best. Okay, nurse, nice meeting you, and all the best to you. Okay.
And Rene, you know, the reason why we invited the Minister of Health, I mean, we always want to this is a Maya event, you know, where not Maya, but extend to pretty much. But we want to, you know, in terms the rapid growth of HIV in Belize, which is very important, and we have to address this issue, you know, and we take it our the time for us to have. You know, for them to come in and do testing in here in Maya Day, and you know, to you know, because you know there's been lots of different social changes, different things that are happening that might have some of our Maya brothers and sisters infected in this disease, and you know, but you know, we need it's a fact, and we must we ourselves. I mean, we need to see how we could try to combat this and at least know your status. To start by that, you know.
Yeah, start by knowing your status.
Right.
Well, this is the food court out here, right?
And this
so
is the
what variety
food.
of food did you have? And we're walking around a bit late. A lot of people
Have left.
Things are toning down right now. But we saw it earlier in the full swing, and I guess we have some earlier shots.
Well, one of the major things we try to emphasize on people in coming in and getting their booth is to sell traditional food. You know, and we made a list. What we call traditional food, something that is not readily found or not readily available out in restaurants and stuff like that. Like for one, the hute, the snails, and they put the ubel, right? Exactly. That we had some of that. We have the ground mole. People eat ground mole, you know.
Ground mole?
Yes, ground mole. They had the trap demonstration as in one of the competitions, and we have Jippy Japa, we have the tsok, the heliconia, we have a lot of things in the rainforest that we, Maya people, we used to eat, that we eat. And boyas from pig head, we have the caldo roast pork, and caldo roast turkey. We have just the local chicken turkey. We give it more flavor because you know, and a lot more spice in terms of cooking and so on. So we have the shape, which shape is and we have the shut. Shut is the little, it's like a tamales like, but it has beans in it and just the corn.
Yeah,
So we're
familiar
talking about that.
nice,
And, you know, trying this also it's a way of revitalizing, preserving
And of course, I
food
love the
and so
caldo too, you know.
Right,
so
right. And nowadays people want to eat, well, entirely eat rice and beans, and that's how we encourage in a Maya Day. No, we shouldn't say rice and beans, so that's kind of national food. We love rice and beans, but really Maya Day, you know, the name itself sells it.
Yeah.
Promote a lot of Maya thing, you know,
Yeah.
Maya food, Maya dishes and so on. So the pole itself, this is a very, very important pole. We need to acknowledge some of the elders in San Antonio. We started Tuesday night doing a vigil. We have Mr. Jose Shaw, we have Mr. Probencio Pacul, the second place winner for the conch shell blowing competition, and
that was quite interesting. That
right,
conch shell blowing
right.
competition. Yeah.
We have him and Mr. Antonio Tonoch, Chaneb in San Antonio. We have, and here in Blue Creek, we have Mr. Victor Pop and my father, Mr. Silvano Shaw, in spearheading the vigil. Mr. Regino Kawo of Tumulkin and myself actually. So since Tuesday night up to this morning, I haven't slept. We have been up.
Serious? And you're so bright. That must a cacao drink.
The Maya Monster.
Or the caldo.
We call it Maya Monster.
The cacao drink. I mean, the cacao drink. You keep
Cacao
going
drink,
and going and going.
No, but it is a very spiritual connection there due to every night you go. You go against abstinence, you know. You abstain. You have clean heart, clean mind, and I think this is what builds the energy to keep you alive, going on every day. Okay. See, like today, people ask me, I'm on stage doing this, and now we're here, and energy is still there, but this is what grows. This is the level of energy that grows on every night. And of course, paying great respect
this will be your last night of staying awake, right? Or you're going to sleep tonight?
No, tonight, well, I want to go rest. We go rest. We need that rest up time, no?
Yeah.
Well, this is the pole. They need to do.
Patrick Jones want to climb it, you know.
No, Patrick should climb it.
Patrick will climb the pole. Patrick Jones like he wants to climb the pole. Get it seriously.
Well, the vigil itself, they need to do that because the stick itself is Malay. Where we call sayuk. in Mopan Maya. So they must do the vigil before they would go cut it. Before they would go cut it, because what if you go cut it, you might have so the vigil pretty much contributes to safety and no risk, no danger happening, and so on. And also standing this, how we would have stand up something like this. And look at it, rope from different corners.
Yeah.
So you could see the uniqueness of it, and
So
also the ribbon up there is very symbolic to give it that color. You know, we have. Up there we have cash. I don't know how much cash, but very well cash. Not like 1,000, but you know,
Well, let's go.
maybe a couple hundred where you could clear. And of course rum we contribute to the power, the energy, where they call the power of rum, the fire, no?
Yeah.
And spiritual healers would use it in terms of burning the Maya ceremony, no? So that itself, and now when they pick up this, we have their dancers, the monkey. Monkey, we would have jump across, and this gives it power. So you the literal people say you get light, the stick get light because well I participated in transporting this stick, this big tree, yeah. And it was heavy for real, but then you know after a while we like it started get trouble and so on. That because you know properly the deer dancers never really jump, you know they enough over it. But when they do it,
the dancers really like purified,
purified, like the deers itself, they are the first person to start to do the attempt to like lift it up with their horn, you know.
Yeah. What's happening over there?
Yeah, this is another interesting dance. This is the stilt walkers.
Oh, stilt walkers.
The stilt walkers, the chitik. It's mentioned in the Popol Vuh where we have Hunahpu, Ishbalanke, the two sacred twins.
Yeah.
You know, these guys, this is thrilling, and this is what we do, a part of culture, part of reviving these females. Look at that. Some people like in Thailand or other countries, they would have hold on, but this is just on foot. They're on foot.
Let's look at this. Let's get a close look at this.
Yeah, and these are students of Tumulkin Center of Learning. So, yeah.
So they'll do a special presentation right
They will do a special presentation right now. We must acknowledge Karakol youth development in the main, well, in training and so on. Some of our students with the Maya Youth Coalition. You know, majority of 2 persons there, but then we have majority of our students. The first female in blue with crown, and they use traditional stuff, corn. Everything's from the corn, yeah. And painting, and then the corn cob, you know. Then you gotta say what special ornament that is, huh?
Yeah. So is it, again, the meaning of this dance, you're saying?
When the 2 twins, say Hunahpu and so on from Popol Vuh, the rebirth of them, they came back dancing this. They were using that. Yeah, but we could have proved that in that sacred book, no, the Popol Vuh.
The Popol Vuh,
Yeah.
Popol Vuh, yeah.
Sure, I'm
So
sure
this
they
is the dance
will
that they
have
will have danced.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a demonstration, also like a special dance going to the song that is on right now, no?
And this is performed at what time on the Maya calendar is this performed?
We started this is part of Maya preservation in terms of dances and so on. This you never see this in I don't know of any event in Belize. I think this first.
I haven't seen it before. That's why
Never. This is because of of 2012 being very symbolic to us, the Maya people. We need to take out something that is hidden on the shelves and have it publicly. And this is what are the results of those dance. To share it, and we want to go to the extent of taking this and share it out to the different communities. That look at those females. You know, they have confidence. They're walking. You know, I tried the other day, Rene, and
I don't think you could do that.
you know, so really and you know for balance this and the amount you know, so this I think, you know, we very symbolic, you know. I mean, to
what's the real story behind 2012 as far as you know?
On a personal perspective,
yes, please.
Because there is a lot out there.
A lot out there. I know you hear all sort of things out there. Let me hear it from you.
From the Maya people, we believe 2012 begins a new cycle. It's a refresher. It's a time where we want to see changes. We want to see, and we are looking, we're very optimistic of this change. We're looking at things positively. We don't looking at, of course, like we also believe that Mother Earth needs to regenerate herself.
Yeah.
If you look at pollution, you look at oil drilling, tons of million barrels are being extracted under the earth, and what is there to being replaced? One day I think Mother Earth is suffering. That like you, when you take so much lick and so on, you must get up and stamp your feet and say, I'll shake myself and be a man. And I think this happened through natural disasters. We stuff like that, but people don't believe it. But if you really study equinox at Lubantun, and which is very great, the Mayan priest from Guatemala responded that the result from the fire that was held there through first with the National Institute, the Maya Institute, Okushtal Masawal, Benik of Cayo, and Osera Tumulkin, we also participated. The result of that great fire is saying that yes, culture, people, generations have passed away, but this is where we see every image of the Maya calendar was revealed in that fire. It says that it's a stepping stone for us, that it is coming, that we're alive, and we could see right now what is happening. I mean, try to put two and two together. I mean, one and one together. Where have you seen a dance like this? The chitik, the stilt dance. The stilt walkers, we're showing this, Yeah. So things are happening. I mean, this is a new change. It's a new era.
Yeah.
And that is the theme for this year's Maya Day. Towards a new era, celebrating our identity.
Well, I would hope it's a new era of peace, a new era of love, unity, where all of us join hands.
We all harmonize.
You think it's that kind of era you're talking about?
You have a look at that, We're not trying to look at the bad things, I agree with that. I support that.
Okay.
Definitely.
So this is like the war part of it, no? Like sounds very aggressive. The drumming.
Yeah, these guys did like practice on dancing and so on. So they use different moves. So how fast the rhythm is gives it how comfortable you are from the. Being on the. Yeah.
You guys are good, though. How long have you been training?
Well, since the week starting after Prince Harry visit, that are like 3 weeks now. Okay, yeah. 2 to 3 weeks now. Yeah. Roughly that is it now. But every night these guys stay up to they do wake because you need energy. You play with energy. Every wake you do, you play energy. Yeah. Of course, people use wake also to do. If energy way with that, to do witchcraft or obi or whatever, but
it's better to use the prayer. Yeah.
And to host event this magnitude is very important, to be pure from yourself, come one mind, one heart, true to yourself, and that's what keep you up, the strength that builds within.
This is really unique.
This is the highlight.
This seemingly is the highlight. Yeah. Maybe we should just relax and just look at the music.
Definitely, Chief. We need to.
Wonderful presentation. This has been fantastic.
It brings a tear of joy, and this is what this is my passion. This is what I love to do, and I want to share this to the nation of Belize, to our Mayan brothers, to our Belize and on the whole, that that our culture is alive and we must unite together as with one people. It's been one of the best thing we ever do for 2012. Yeah. But there's a lot more coming up. We want to do because of 2012, very symbolic to us. The significance of that, we want to do the most ambitious torch run. We started this activity, we missed out, you know. But the torch run, we did the torch run from Lubantun, where we lit the torch and we have different classes like first farm, second off to Mulkin and other Maya or different organization we want to participate, and we give them the chance and you know to run and that is pretty much keeping the flame alive. To reignite that flame from our ancestors, to borrow it from them and take it back. And I think that it goes back to that.
So it symbolizes what?
It symbolizes the 13 day before Maya Day. So, yeah, and it has become a tradition to all the communities where we run through Lubantun, San Miguel, Silver Creek, Columbia, Big Falls, and so on. So when we run there, people actually were waiting for us. Okay. They were there like, yeah, cheering, and so they know that Maya Day is coming, and you could see the result. People came out.
People are here in their hundreds.
Yeah, for sure.
It has been a very successful event.
Definitely,
like you say, you feel very emotional. I can see it on your face. All those nights that you didn't sleep.
Well, a joy, no?
You really got it together. Right? And I know you also have the radio station as well, right?
Well, the radio station, we could see it here, Akutan Radio. And
what's the Akutan?
Akutan Radio is Tumulkin. It's in Kekchi, Lamaya. It means a new day. A new day. And that is my job here, managing the radio station. And we do different programs. We do everything. You can imagine what we do here. We create programs. We're about to launch our radio novella. We're focusing this. It's a radio drama. So instead of us in Toledo district, we don't have TV thing yet. No, it's in English. We're doing it in English for the reason of we want everybody to listen. And we're doing this on the topic of Maya values, like respect for Mother Nature, paying appreciation, accepting, like advices and stuff like that. So it is based on different characters, Lucas Mo, Estelita, where this young fella went to Southern Technical High School. We invented everything, but we try to focus everything on a Maya setting and on a community, So it is a message going on. This boy, I'm going to Southern Technical High School. He's lazy. He went to grandma, and then there's a lot of action. And then they got this person where this young girl was taken by a tourist. I want to take you to go to States, and then it never did happen. But he gone to Belize, and he stayed at Belize, and then when he come back, he changed the culture, and then we're depicting that. And that's like a sort of morale going out to people that listen. So when he come back now, he stop talk Maya and say, "You gone to the shop? Can I get a soda?" And then the shopkeeper take out one tin of baking powder and they give her like that soda, in a Maya.
Soda, yeah.
So little things, so then a little juice, a little action to it, and that's one of my biggest projects right there, and the health program.
I'd like to hear it when you're through.
Sure, we'll definitely make this available to the country, a lot more. We start 5 in the morning and end off like 10 the night, every day, Monday to Friday. Yeah. Sometimes there's a need, like now we're straight through Sunday.
To say thanks to everyone who accommodated us and facilitated us in our visit to Blue Creek and the Tumulkin Center of Learning. It was our pleasure being there. We look forward to going back next year, and as well we continue to say thanks to all our Maya brothers and sisters. Thank you so very much for accommodating us last weekend.
Okay, and thank you, Patrick, for going along.
And I think they've invited me back to Belize Watch, so...
Yeah, we invite you more often now. Hopefully you can join me more often in the studios and so on, right? But we got to go, and I want to thank our radio show. I want to thank the organizers of Maya Day and congratulate them for a very successful event. And I was very happy and proud to be in Blue Creek, and I felt very much at home. And I really met a lot of people who I hadn't met before, and so on. So all in all, it was a fantastic Sunday, right? A fantastic day. So thank you so much, folks, there in Blue Creek for the hospitality. Now, having said that, what's there for me to say? Thanks to Byron Moody, Jamie Villanueva, our production assistant, Abel Stedman, Dreams, Harlan Magna, and Margaret Lopez on Love FM. Thank you so much, guys. And so I'll just say, Belize and beyond, thanks for choosing love. Good night.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what?